Okay. So one thing to take in consideration is that there's a limitation for the way that the splitting works and the communication between the two files. Everything is, again, used in layers. If one layer, for example, you know what is a really good example of this? I'm going to go over to this model. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and then I think I had this one, and I think the one that I want to use is the mermaid. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to split this so the hand was in front of the hair. Like, you see how the hand is behind the hair here? Ooh, yeah, you could do that. But if I were to split it, hold on, let's do this. I'm gonna turn this on. When I wanted to split it, the pearl necklace comes before the arm in this hierarchy, right? Wait. Yeah, so the pearls come first. So if I were to split it like that, then it would appear on top of the hair, which I didn't want to happen because that wouldn't look right. And so that's kind of what's happening with the Aki model, the Prism model, is that the chest comes before the skirt in the hierarchy. So when I go to split it with the jacket, it won't let you layer the jacket on top of the boobs while also being behind the skirt due to the hierarchy of the layers. So if you were to take that, the internal layering, yeah. Oh, you want to see the full tail? Sure. There you go. Go. The fishies. But your theory of something is fishy here. If you were to cut it and make it two separate pieces, then theoretically, yes, you should be able to layer it on top of the breasts and then have it cut behind the skirt. So basically, if you want to layer the clothes, it is going to be possible. It's going to involve having a lot of different smaller parts within the model. Exactly. Sleeves behind and jacket in front. It's going to have a lot of different components in order for you to layer this stuff. So just something to keep in mind. It would definitely be more advanced. It would, I would say, require you to know how to retexture, which I would say it's a simple retexture. Like, you can color it how you want. But it would be easier for you to just delete the components of the textures that you don't need, which is just erasing. Like, you can actually open these in Paint. Hold on. I'm gonna go here, open with Paint. I have Windows 11. You can go into Paint. You can go in. You can erase. I want a big eraser. There's layers now in Paint, so that's a thing. What the fuck? I want like a big... I'll just do this. Like, if I wanted to take this and delete it and then save it and then I save it as a PNG, which means that there's a transparent background. That's not a PNG. You could do that. You just have to find the folder to put it in. But you don't need Photoshop. You don't need Krita. You don't need anything. You would just need paint. Nothing fancy, just cutting out the pieces that you don't want in the folder. And then you can edit the color textures how you want. So I think that kind of covers everything. I'm not really thinking of anything else that would need to be addressed right now. Unless I'm forgetting. Oh, I am forgetting something. So transferring your textures. I was like, there was one more thing I wanted to touch about, and I didn't make notes. I like just fucking raw dogged it into this stream. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Stream assets here. My 2D models. So I'm gonna open my previous one. I'm gonna go here. I keep my PSDs in the same folder. Don't ask questions. Go to main. So one of the first things to keep in mind is that some of the hair stuff has changed. So just look at it side by side. I'm gonna put this up here. Hello. Hold on. There we go. So that looks the same, and that looks the same. I feel like these are different. No, it looks like they're the same. For some reason, these files aren't loading for me. What's this one? This is number 10. 14? What's 14? Okay, 14's different. It's 13. 13's the same. 12. So I think these ones are the same. You know what? Yeah, you'll have to go into each one to see what's changed. I'm actually not going to migrate mine over. I think I'm going to start from scratch, which I'm fine with doing. But if you didn't want to, you could theoretically go in. The only difference to keep in mind, get rid of this one, is there's going to be closed textures that you had in the first one, and you just have to find the original outfit. So I'm going to go into stream assets. I'm going to go into items. I'm going to go into the Prism original. GM original. I'm going to go over here. And they're going to be named different because it's a different hierarchy of counting. So you just have to move them over in what would be the applicable body parts. Hi, Bone. How are you? Yeah, it looks like the body is different. Got the hiccups. You're well. How are you? I am fab. We're playing with the new model. Yeah, this is something that you would have to individually inspect on your own to see what aligns with what. I'm not going to transfer them over, but basically if I wanted like, I'm looking at the shoes right now. The shoes are pretty much the same. The only difference is if you look up at the top here, it's clear that the foot was moved, some shading was moved, and I think these are what? These are expressions, yeah. So the expressions were removed as well. So you would just have to be mindful of that when you're comparing. And I would actually recommend that you open both of these in Photoshop, combine them into two different layers in one, merge the body outlines into the body colors now. Oh, okay. But yeah, I would recommend taking both of these files, opening them in separate PSDs, and then moving one into the same file. That way you can overlay and verify what exactly is changed. And then cut out the pieces that might not be in there anymore, like the foot and all of this stuff doesn't belong here anymore. So you can cut all of those out. And then you just put it, and then you just save it as the new file name. So this one's number 15, whereas it's saved as number 26 here. So you just have to make sure it's labeled correctly. So that's something to keep in mind when you're transferring those over. The other thing is you can copy the expressions as well. In regards to the previous model being head and body, and now these are split, you just have to take, so for example, I'm going to go back here. So this is my 1.0 model. So in my expressions, I have versions 1, 2, and 3. So I'm just going to say version 1 right now. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in both the head and each of the bodies that I had. If you wanted to, I would probably do it just in the original body and then build from there. That would probably be the best course of action, actually. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say version 1. And I'm going to go into, let's see. I'm going to go into stream assets. I'm going to go into items. I'm going to scroll down until I find the original outfit. Accent close original. So I'm actually going to take this out of items and I'm going to make it a live 2D item because I feel like that would be easier to work with. And I'm just going to go into expressions and I'm going to go expressions and then I'm going to go to version 1 and I'm going to go back and I'm going to go back again. And then I'm going to take this out and I'm going to go close original expressions and we're going to paste, replace. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this one. Exactly, layer on, layer off, layer on to check, exactly. Okay, so I have the Christmas outfit on. I'm going to take that off and I'm actually going to take all of these off. Remove. So right now, I know the body's not on here. That's fine. That's what I wanted. So if you wanted to save your facial features,